Hey everybody, welcome back to the vlog. It's tea time once again with Jack. He's back. So thank you so much for coming. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Now, today we're going to be talking about Panasonic. We said that they were going to have an announcement just prior to Photokina, and that's exactly what happened. Right around 4 a.m. last night, Eastern Standard Time, was the announcement in Cologne, Germany. And it was really interesting. It was very interesting to see Panasonic going in cahoots with or collaborating with Leica and Sigma. And by the time we're done with this small vlog here, you're going to see why. I think it is really important. I think they've kind of hit on something here. Panasonic might be that dark horse that's coming up. We saw that Canon just kind of dropped the ball. We saw that Nikon just kicked it down the road and just said, kind of whatever. It just hasn't been good, right? So Sony is still kind of taking charge of the entire full-frame mirrorless market, even though Canon and Nikon are not players. So that being said, Panasonic is now coming out with this new S series. We have an S1 and an S1R. Now, the S1 is a 24 megapixel, whereas the S1R is a 47 megapixel camera. I'm going to go down some of the specs so you get an idea of what is going to be included. We don't have all of the specs as of yet, but what we do have, I want to give to you. But before we do, let's go ahead and look at the video that they provided just before making this announcement, which I thought was kind of cool. Check it out. So what do you think, guys? It looks good, right? Not bad. Not bad at all. I like the presentation. I like the little video that they put together. Not bad. Now, let's go down some of the specs that we know about as of right now. So, like I said, the S1 is going to be 24 megapixels and the S1R is going to be 47 megapixels. The mount is going to be a Leica mount. Like we said, that was going to happen. Now, I speculated that a Leica mount would be used, and the reason why is because I said, well, lenses are always an issue. And if you can get a camera out the door and already have a bunch of lenses to use, you're doing a good thing. Not a bad thing, a good thing. That has been the problem with a lot of the mirrorless cameras to come out. They come out with just a handful of lenses, and then it takes them years and years and years to come out with more lenses. Sony was one of them. When they first came out, they had nothing. They were pushing their A7 as a wonderful camera to adapt your glass to. Right? Now things are different. We have a ton of glass that Sony has produced, and we have other third-party manufacturers making glass for their E-mount. So they've kind of come up after 5.5 years now having glass. So it's really good for them. Now, getting back into these specs, they're using a 50 millimeter mount. All right. Their Leica mount is a 50 millimeter mount, unlike the Canon, which is 54 millimeters, and the Nikon is 55 millimeters. Why they went smaller, I don't know, but that's what they did. And if they can make it happen, so be it. Fantastic. They said it's also going to have full weatherproofing. So seals on the lenses, seals on all the dials, all the buttons, everything is going to be weather sealed. Also, it's supposed to have a high-res EVF, better than Canon, better than Nikon, a higher resolution EVF. That is awesome. Also, they're going to have dual IS, which is their in-body image stabilization, as well as their in-lens stabilization. That combination of the two to give really good stabilized video as well as photo. So I think that should be really good. Also, contrast detection only, guys. We are not seeing phase detection. I don't know about that. But they're also adding in, of course, DFD. That is their depth from defocus. Now, what depth from defocus basically does is a methodology to find out where something is within a frame, within the image. A way to conduct three-dimensionality, to figure out where a subject is to track it. Is it getting closer? Is it getting farther away? Right? It's always easier to figure out a linear type plane where it's this way. But when you're dealing with depth, it's harder. And that's what the DFD supposedly does. Now, I'm hoping that their contrast detection as well as their DFD combined together, all right, we'll be able to come out with a AF that's going to be as good as, for example, dual pixel AF by Canon. Will that be the case? I don't know. Panasonic has notoriously had AF issues, hopefully not going forward with the S series. Now, they're also saying that they're going to have an LCD at the top of the camera, just like, for example, Fujifilm and the EOS and whatnot. You have like either e-ink or another LCD at the top that's going to give you a readout, maybe shutter speed and ISO and f-stop and whatever you want to program it to do or say. So that should be pretty cool. I like that. Now, interestingly enough, everyone has talked about dual card slots and will it have dual card slots and why does this camera not have dual, and on and on and on with dual card slots. Well, Panasonic just threw it up in the air and said, you know what, we're going to put dual card slots in it. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to put XQD and an SD card in it. So it's going to be one of each. Now, is that a little bit crazy? I think it's a little bit nutty, but it might be smart because if XQD takes a dump, well, they have their SD in there. If there's an issue one way or another, you have a way of being able to keep that camera viable, so to speak. Anyways, the back panel is going to be one of these 3-axis back panels, similar to the Fujifilm, the XT series, like XT2, XT3, right? Whereas it will not be a fully articulating back panel. Wah, wah, wah. Why? Why? I tell you one thing, video guys that have been shooting the GH4, GH5, GH5S, they're going to be pissed. I don't know. That's my personal opinion. I don't know. I just don't understand that. Why would you come out with a camera that doesn't have a fully articulating back panel? Well, I'm going to tell you why. All right. The reason why is because during the interview, they said that their camera is going to be, or their cameras are going to be directed towards professional photographers. They're saying that it's going to be a 70-30 split between photo and video. And the 70 is photo, guys. It's photo. The video guys are not going to like it. They're really not. I'm sure they're thinking that the GH5, let's say, successor will be this line, and it won't. That's not what they're doing with this. That's not what they're doing. Anyways, we can get to that at the end. Next, they both will shoot 4K 60p, which is great. Once again, I think it's odd. They are making a hybrid camera, but they're not going for the hybrid shooter as much. They're really directing this towards photo and not video. I don't get it. Anyways, now when they roll out these cameras, it's said to have 3 lenses that are going to be available. The Holy Trinity. So Panasonic has really got this right. They're going to have a 50-1.4. They're going to have a 24-105 2.8. That calls to Canon, right? Also a 70-200 2.8. Those are professional lenses, okay? That makes sense. The Holy Trinity. You could do anything with those lenses besides doing, let's say bird and wildlife or something that you need a 600 millimeter, right? But 50 millimeter, a 24-105, and a 70-200. Perfect, Panasonic. You got the lenses dead straight right when this thing begins. That makes sense. Wow. Also, what they're saying is Lumix will have 10 lenses and Leica will have 8 specific lenses to the S series within 12 months. And Sigma is going to be making a ton also. So there should be a lot of glass within a year that will be available for this S series. So that is really great. Now, I was saying how the MFT, the Micro Four Thirds, will be going the way of the dinosaur, right? Now, they assured us that it will not be happening anytime soon. That being said, they are coming out with a brand new Simulux f1.7 wide angle zoom lens that will go from 20 millimeters up to 50 millimeters. So that's kind of cool. At least they have come out with something. There's no successor to the GH5, GH5S or anything like that. Like I said, the S series is not that. It is for professional photographers. And finally, the one thing that I've taken out of this announcement that I think is phenomenal, and I really do think Panasonic got it right, is at the release, they will also have available a pro service program. Will consist of a dedicated phone hotline, as well as an improved, is what they're saying, improved turnaround time, and finally, customized services such as maintenance, cleaning, or calibration, this type of thing. Why other manufacturers, which I'm not going to name names, haven't done this, okay? I don't know. I don't get it. You release a mirrorless full frame camera that is directed towards professionals, and you put together a professional based service program. They did it. I really can't believe it. I can't believe it because it really makes sense. It makes complete sense. Why, like I said, other companies haven't done it, I really don't know. I really don't know. Anyways, guys, so that's my thoughts here on the Panasonic. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know, do you think that it's something that looks interesting to you? Does it not? The things that we don't know as of yet is, of course, do we know if that AF is going to be on par with the Canon and with the Nikon and Sony? Also, we don't know the price. We don't know what FPS is going to be. Is it going to shoot fast? What is the burst rate going to be at? And also, we don't know is how the professional video guys are going to react to this. Not having fully articulated back panel, the camera being more targeted towards professional photography and photographers and not videographers, okay? How are those video guys going to take it? I feel that Panasonic has put together this line as a way to directly compete with, like, for example, the Sony upper end, the A9s, and not to compete with the lower end cameras. I feel that this will be their professional line of mirrorless, whereas their GH line will become their amateur or pro-am line. All right. Now, that being said, I feel that since these will not be quote unquote video cameras, will they do video? Yes, you're going to see 4K 60p, which is fantastic. But since they're not directing them towards the video market, not putting that fully articulating back panel in there, probably other video features will be left out, I'm going to guess. If that is the case, chances are they will probably make a S series video line, pro line, that will be available, similar to possibly the Canon C series, okay? I feel like they are trying to not cannibalize, instead of their upper end line, creating an upper end line and not cannibalizing their lower end now line, which is the GH line. That's just my thoughts. Is it the case? I don't know. I want to hear from you though. What do you think? What do you think about the announcement? Does it look cool to you? Is it something that you are looking into as maybe picking this up? We're looking at March of next year is when the actual camera will be released. So we do have time to see, has things changed? Now, Panasonic is one of those companies that put out an announcement and then see how it's received and will make changes accordingly. So if we see that the video side of it not being addressed as much as the photo side is an issue, I can see them changing it into possibly a Sony type thing where their higher, let's say pixel or their higher megapixel camera for doing photo. So they would have the S1R for photo. And then the S1 could be their 24 megapixel, really crazy ISO, great light video response. So that's the way I would play it. But I'm not Panasonic, right? I'm only some guy sitting here in the studio making these speculative guesses, I guess you would say. Anyways, guys, I want to hear your speculation. I want to hear what you guys think. Please, in the comment area below, put your thoughts. Let's have this conversation. What do you think about this new Panasonic Lumix S1 and S1R? That's it, guys. I'm out of here for yet another vlog. If you enjoy my videos, as always, please throw me a big thumbs up. That would be stellar. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button so you can get all my content when it becomes available, and click the bell icon so when it is available, you will be notified of it. And finally, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all the photography tools I've invented for you and me over the years, and hopefully there's something there that you might like. And if there is, please pick it up and support me. That's it, guys. I'm out of here for yet another vlog. Happy shooting. Take care.